Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. And as we said, October is full of things that are being observed, and we're also going to be celebrating World Menopause Day on the 18th of October. And we're speaking this morning about the Lanyap Festival program. Joining us in studio is Gillian Smith-Trumpet, founder and president of Meno TT, and Attila Springer, director of the Lanyap Festival program, among many other things. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you on the show. October is a packed month, and this is a conversation that, as we were saying off air, we cannot escape. Speaking about menopause. But before we get to that, let's get to the Lanyap Festival. A little bit of background into that for us, Attila.
So Lanyap is a Creole word which means a little extra. And when we think about aging, we think about end, right? We don't think about a little extra. And one of the messages that we want for people, especially women, to get is that menopause is not an end of life. It's not a death sentence. It is the beginning of so much more.
Okay.
And so that's why we've called it Lanyap. We are getting together to learn, to share, and to celebrate. You know, if you look around at how aging is framed, especially in Western cultures, we see a lot of, fear and negativity around aging. Whereas when we look at our own culture, we'll see that every granny, tanty, nenen, nanny is a figure of positivity, is a figure of wisdom in our communities. And so what we are doing this weekend is celebrating those women in our lives, those spicy mouth tanties who give us, so much knowledge, so much life stories, etc. And so on Friday night, we begin with two of our very venerable elders, Mavis John and our mother, Miss Eintou, who are reprising their roles in Shades of Aishi. We are also being joined, of course, by Creole chanters Vonette Bigford. And so that's our opening gala. And, we have lots of door prizes from various people like Caribbean Airlines and Extra Foods, Panini, Roses Hezekiah, Mailing, Flawless by Shanna. And so, people have things to look forward to when they come for their evening of celebrating women and aging. For the rest of the weekend, we have panel discussions, and we also have a health and wellness fair, which is in partnership with the NWRHA. And so women can come and they can get free pap smears, free HIV testing, blood pressure, etc., etc. Because as we'll hear from Gillian, who is one of our panelists on Sunday for a community workshop where she's talking about her experiences with menopause, we'll be talking ourselves through what it's like to live with these symptoms and how do we mitigate them. So in addition to Gillian's panel, we also have a panel which talks about climate change and aging. We have an aging population, and that's a serious thing. I mean, I was jokingly say to my friends, I said menopausal women are going to solve the climate crisis because we can't take the heat. And that workshop is being done in collaboration with Caribbean Feminists, and that's on Saturday morning.
Right.
On Saturday evening, we have a panel discussion which is called the University of Granny.
Oh, I like that.
Tanti, Nenen, and Nani, and that features Hindu Women's Organization, the Emancipation Support Committee, organizations that are in the community doing work around rituals and rites of passage around aging for women within traditional communities. So that's what we're doing on Saturday evening. So we're looking at the different ways that people in our communities address these issues.
Right. Yeah. And it's something that is so important as well. Well, jam-packed weekend of events, and we know this objective is really going to be speaking to women and also giving guidance to those who are yet to experience but may have that fear. So, Gillian, let's bring you into the conversation. Good morning again and welcome.
Thank you.
What brought you to the space to found Meno TT, and what would you say is something most impactful you've experienced having gone through menopause?
All right. So what brought me to this stage is that I was going through this, did not know what it was, right? And I would always go back to say, when I turned 40, I did not like myself.
Right.
I did not know myself, did not know exactly what was going on with me. And I had a hysterectomy, and that was it. I wasn't really told what to expect. I just knew once you have the hysterectomy, you're going to go into menopause.
Right.
And I was miserable. I had a lot of symptoms. I did not know who I was in terms of waking up one morning, couldn't identify if I'm going or if I'm coming.
Yeah.
I was fatigued. I was itching all over, you know, and there were certain things that I couldn't understand, and I was always at the doctor. I was at the doctor, I was at the health center, I was at the general hospital. And the funny thing is, nobody could have figured out what was wrong with me. Everything was coming back good. You're in good health. I had panic attacks. I swear one day I was getting a heart attack and nothing. So from CT scans to ECGs to body scans, they couldn't figure it out. And then I decided, you know what, let me start to research this. Let me start to research what are the symptoms of menopause. And we always relate menopause to hot flashes.
Yeah.
But it's not about the hot flashes, because you get a lot of different symptoms. And I decided, you know, it's a group of us from Holy Name Convent. We are on a group chat, and we are all about the same age. And we decided, let's actually get together and see what we can do the research, educate people, and advocate for women who are going through this and have no idea what it is they're going through. So I started a Facebook group last year, March 2023. And funny enough, it was a safe space, a private group, safe space for women to talk about their symptoms, to talk about things that they are experiencing and just don't have an idea about what it is that they were experiencing. And what we did was we heard from different women in Trinidad about the things that they're going through. I had to leave my job because of menopause.
Right.
All right, and it wasn't an easy thing to do. So I decided, let us get this group started so that we can help the women out there. There are a lot of symptoms. From dry eyes, dry mouth, you get acid reflux, you get itching, severe itching on your back, dry skin, and menopause is 12 months without seeing your period. So if it is you're on your 8th month and your period comes, it starts all over again.
Oh my God.
All right.
You know, this is, I mean, I'm sorry to cut you,
That's
but
fine.
it's you know, as a woman, to think this is something our bodies naturally go through, and to have to constantly go back and forth to a doctor, to a health center, they don't know what's wrong, everything's coming back fine, how frustrating that is, on top of all the physical changes you're going through, how that affects your mental health as well.
Because the thing about it is, when you're going through all of this and you get depressed, right, because depression is part of it, the first thing the doctor does is put you on antidepressants.
Yeah.
The simplest thing is just to check your hormones. Yes, they say your hormones would fluctuate today and it'll be differently tomorrow. But at the end of the day, it's your hormones that are out of balance. And if it is that we are taken seriously and we balance our hormones and get on the right track, eating clean, exercising, getting the correct amount of estrogen to testosterone, these are important for females.
That's very important, and I mean, I think we could sit down and talk about this all day, that is for sure, but we don't have that much time left. So very quickly, if we would like more information about MenoTT, where can we get it?
You could join our Facebook page, right? So it's MenoTT, and also we have an Instagram page, which is Menopause Empowerment Network of Trinidad and Tobago, and that page is public for male and female, because a lot of marriages are broken up because of this. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
It definitely is a lot. And Attila, where can we get information about the Lanyap Festival? Do we need tickets?
So
how we
we need tickets. We're actually right around the corner on Warner Street, which is where we're having our festival. It's the space is called Lakoui. It's 12 Warner Street. And I just want to give thanks to all of the people who have come forward to support us. I'm just going to call a few names, but but mainly Margaret Gittins and the team at Gittins and Gittins Real Estate, who have, really shown us support and given us access to a whole community of people who are supporting us, including Shay Tien, Blue Waters, Royal Castle, Davlin Thomas, Heather Jones, Cheyennes, Marpao, I-95, Frank Martineau, and so many others in our community who have come forward and are supporting. So this is a project of Ida Cater Group and the Indigenous Creative Arts Network, ICANN, and we are really looking forward to welcoming the entire community to our weekend of activities. And so thank you again to TTT for being so supportive of community activities and activities like this that raise consciousness and awareness amongst our community.
Definitely. Well, Attila, thank you, and Gillian, thank you as well. All the best this weekend.
Yes.
You don't want to miss what's happening this weekend, and you also don't want to miss what's coming up now, because it's time for Unique Not Different, where Shamla continues the conversation on World Sight Day.